Berkman. On the right baseline. Out to Maddox. On the handoff to Tudor. Berkman thought about a three. Out front, Grider's three is way short, rebounded by Hammerschmidt. Sophie Carr finds Prather leaking out. Back to Sophie Carr, put it up, missed the shot. Bischoff's there to rebound it. She drew the foul at the rim. What a pass by Prather. Yeah. Sophie Carr couldn't finish, but it was a touch pass right back. That looked like an 80s NBA fast break. Grider's foul, her third. Team fourth.
Little Magic Johnson.
Yep. Bischoff first free throw is good. Allie Harris is in. Danny Simon is in for Indian Creek. 2:41 to go in the third. Bischoff hits them both. 14 points for Bischoff. In deep, Berkman fakes, waits for the defense to fly by, but missed the shot short. Sophie Carr rebounds. Anna Bauer leaking out. Bounce to Bischoff, and great hustle by Simon to get back and knock it out of bounds.
Yep. What surprised me a little bit is Roncalli still really pressed the fast break, even up 34 here in the third quarter.
2:25 to go in the third. Bischoff picked up her dribble. Prather between the circles. Vincent gives to Prather, lost the handle, got it back. Now Amanda gives to Sophie Carr. And entry pass is kicked out of bounds by Snyder. Roncalli reloads with 2:03 to go in the third. 54-20. Prather baseline right. Finds Vincent in the corner. Alana attacking into the paint. Scoop shot with the left hand is missed. On the contest, Harris rebounds. Here comes Grider on the run. Finds Berkman, who runs to the three-point line and missed it long. Rebound tap to Grider. She takes it back out with 1:45 to go in the third. Fumbling through the lane, lost the handle, and gives to Simon. Snyder backing on Sophie Carr. Put it up, put it in, and drew the foul. Well, Snyder with 6 in the quarter, 9 in the game. That foul on Sophie Carr, her second, the team third.
Snyder's really been Indian Creek's bright spot on offense. She's done a good job of getting down low and making tough shots.
Snyder shoots a free throw. It's her first free throw attempt of the quarter, I believe. Is that what you have? Second, okay. She missed one, now she missed two in the quarter, as that one is too long and rebounded by Bischoff. 54-22. 1:30 to go. In the quarter, flipped up and in, count it, and put her on the line for Bischoff.
And again, like we talked about in that first half, it's another nice move to the rim, finish with the left hand, take the harm.
That foul is on Snyder, her third. Team fifth. Bischoff shoots one. 56-22. Make it 57. Lead back to 25. Final 90 seconds of the third. In the corner, Berkman. Picked up her dribble, doubled. Finds Maddox on a nice cut, but she missed the 10-footer too strong. And Schoening, who's back in the game, rebounds it. Outlet ahead to Vincent. In the corner, Bischoff. Berkman jumped the passing lane and tips it out of bounds. Moran is in for Roncalli, replacing Prather, who's been very effective tonight in setup mode. (57-22). Vincent pull up left side, good. Wow. Alana with 20, and it's 59-22. Inside a minute to go in the third quarter. Berkman in the right corner, looked at a three, thought about it. Now she hoists it up. Long three off the heel of the rim, rebounded by Maddox. 40 seconds to go. Berkman on a nice roll, missed the layup off a nice feed from Maddox. Rebounded by Moran. Jada outlet ahead to Vincent. Schoening takes it to the top of the circle. 28 seconds to go in the quarter. 59-22 the score. Bischoff over to Moran. Left side, Vincent. Down the lane, blows by Harris, put it up and in with the left hand. Alana with 22. 61-22, final 10 seconds of this third quarter. Pass in deep, blocked from behind by Bischoff. Maddie looks at the clock, pull up from the volleyball line, rolls it off, and that'll do it.
That was close.
Maddie with a good look. It's a 17-8 Roncalli advantage in the third quarter. Stay tuned, we'll step out, come right back. Fourth quarter up next on the Rebel Media Network.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate...
61-22 our score. Roncalli leads by 39 as we head to the final quarter. Indian Creek led by Caitlin Snyder's 9 points. Lana Vincent has 22 for Roncalli. 3 in double figures. Maddie Bischoff has 17 and Anna Bauer 11.
The one problem we are going to have tonight is giving out the player of the game.
That's going to be a difficult challenge.
The whole team has played extremely well tonight.
We head to the final quarter. Indian Creek with the ball. Grider, nice bounce at the doorstep to Maddox, but she missed the layup. Got her own rebound, turns and puts it up and in. Maddox with 6. 61-24. Bauer gets a bounce pass from Schoening. It's wide of the mark and out of bounds. The turnover gives it back to Indian Creek. And double team. Grider is cut off, but finds Harris on a nice cut, and she draws the foul.
Foul number 31, Mayrose Reisner, her first.
Fouls on Reisner, her first. Free throw up and in by Harris. Mary's first foul. 7:19 to go. Second one up and in by Harris. She has 4 points. And much like the second quarter, Indian Creek scores the first couple of buckets to start the period here in the fourth. Moran high dribbling in the forecourt, gives to Hammerschmidt. Over to Reisner. Mary gives to Abby Carr. Abby takes it to the wing, gets a pick from Schoening. Stop and go drive. In deep, bodies into Berkman. Missed the shot, but the one-hand rebound grabbed by Hammerschmidt. In the corner, back to Abby Carr, and she hooked move Berkman. And a timeout called by Roncalli. Stan Binge calls time, a 30-second timeout. 6:56 to go here in the fourth, and Roncalli leads by 35.
Established in 1969 through the consolidation of Chartrand High School and Kennedy Memorial High School, Roncalli today serves almost 1,200 students. The majority of students are enrolled in a college preparatory curriculum, but the school offers a comprehensive curriculum for students of all levels of ability. Roncalli High School, preparation for life.
6:56 to go. Roncalli leads by 35. Hammerschmidt, Schoening, Abby Carr, Reesner, and Moran, the Roncalli 5. Hammerschmidt looks into Reesner. Out front, Abby Carr. Hands to Hammerschmidt. Reesner back to Abby Carr. Let's see if Roncalli runs some clock here. Hammerschmidt tries a left side three. That's an air ball, and Reesner jumps over the back of Tudor and commits the foul. Mary second, team fourth, team fifth. Beg your pardon? Team fifth, 6:41 to go. Indian Creek's low point total for the year is 22. They surpassed that, but 35-point Roncalli advantage. Roncalli's biggest lead is 35.
Foul number 22, Jada Moran. Her first.
Jada Moran's foul, her first and the team's sixth. (61-26) the score. Indian Creek with the basketball. Roncalli a 35-point lead. Grider picked up her dribble, hands to Emily Tudor. Both Tudors on the floor. Emily and Kaylin. And a foul out front on Roncalli. Roncalli is over the limit.
Foul number 22.
Team foul 7.
Team 7.
Foul on Jada Moran, her second. And Emily Tudor shoots a 1-and-1. With 6:18 left. First one up and in. First point for Emily Tudor. Second one up and in and out. Rebounded by Hammerschmidt. And a foul in the deep backcourt on Indian Creek.
And we mentioned before the game that Roncalli is going to need to do a good job on the defensive boards, and I feel like they have done a good job. There's been a couple of second chance looks for Indian Creek, but not many.
That foul on Harris. Stan Benz wants them to spread the floor. 6 minutes to go. Prather crossed up Grider in the corner to Abby Carr. Down the baseline. Threw it back out to Schoening. Reesner handles, lost it, got it back. Now Mary gives it over to Abby Carr. Abby in the corner to Schoening. Pass wide of the mark and out of bounds.
Number 13,
Danny Simons back in. 5:45 left. Roncalli leads 61-27. Berkman sets for a left side three. That's good. Her second three of the game, first since the first quarter. That's an 8-0 run to start the period. Prather tried to throw it to Schoening, stolen away. Almost stole it back. Now Tudor lost the handle and Prather has it. 5:10 left. Up the floor, Hammerschmidt. Left hand hook shot off the window and in. 63-30. Inside 5 minutes to go. Harris finds Tudor on a back cut. Nice play, nice finish. Kaylin Tudor. 63-32. Abby Carr drives, nice drive, but blocked from behind by Harris. Nice play. Good drive and a better defensive play. Yeah. Kaylin Tudor at the elbow over to Berkman, who's open for another three. That one is long. And rebounded by Hammerschmidt. Outlet ahead to Reesner. Mary bounces to Abby Carr. Pull up in the lane, good. Dribble to an open spot and hit it right in front of the rim. Abby's first two. All sorts of subs at the table. Halfway through the final quarter, Schoening blocks the shot on the drive and a foul call with 4:01 to go. Maggie's foul, her third, and the team eighth. That two-shot foul, it's got to be a two-shot foul.
34, Maggie Shunning, her third.
Kaylin Tudor shoots two. All sorts of subs coming in after this first free throw. Tudor's first one up and in. Now the subs will step in. Sophie Carr's in. Moran's back in, as is Natalie Hahn. Lucy Woodrum is in for the first time tonight for Indian Creek. 4:01 left. 65-33. Second one up, that one's good. 65-34. 4 minutes to go. Reasoner back to the table.
Wouldn't be surprised if Roncalli just runs some clock here.
Prather backs it out. Out between the circles. Not close enough to initiate the count is Simon. Prather still dribbling. Winding down this final quarter. Amanda has to be careful on the 5-second count, however. Lost the handle, gives to Schoening. Maggie gives to Natalie Hahn. Natalie cut off in the lane, turning, shooting off the window, too strong. Rebound picked up on a nice hustle by Sophie Carr, flips it out to Schoening. Roncalli runs some more clock. Moran on the far sideline. Hahn in the jump circle, inside 3 minutes to go. Sophie Carr lost the handle, it goes in the backcourt, and that's a turnover. Reasoner's back in. Emily Bryant's in for the first time tonight for Indian Creek, as is Alyssa Pruitt. So all 13 Lady Braves who dressed tonight have seen the floor. We've still not seen.
And 3 Rebels with the 31, Mary Rose Wiesner.
Anna Clodfelter or Kinsey Ross for Roncalli. 30-second timeout called by Indian Creek. We'll stay right here. 65-34, 3:03 to go.
While some believe an athlete's peak performance is limited, others dream of new ways to expand the boundaries of what the human body can achieve. At St. Vincent Sports Performance, this is not a dream, but reality. The science of sports performance as defined by St. Vincent. The athletes they serve live this dream daily, reaching new heights of strength, agility, balance, endurance, and speed.
3:03 to go. Roncalli leads 65-34. Indian Creek with the ball. In the corner, 3 on the way is Long, rebounded by Schoening. Maggie to Sophie Carr. Now Reasoner. Hahn got behind the defense. One collection dribble, she lays it up and in. Natalie Hahn with 2:45 to go. And a hand check. Oh, illegal screen. They might call a hand check out there, but instead it's an illegal screen on Woodrum.
Woodrum stepped out there, didn't get set, so she kind of gave a shoulder.
Kinsey Ross is in for Sophie Carr. Reasoner gives to Hahn, 2:35 left. Now to the wing, to Moran in the corner. Jada down the baseline, dribbled it off her foot and out of bounds.
Into the Rebel lineup, number 14, Anna Clodfelter.
Clodfelter's in. Replacing Schoening. .226 left. 27-point lead. On the wing, Emily Tudor. Now through the paint, there's a foul called as Simon was en route to the goal.
Foul number 55, Natalie Hahn, her first.
That foul's on Natalie Hahn. Her first, the team ninth. 2:14 left. 67-34. Free throw is short. That foul was on the floor, so it's a 1-and-1. Clodfelter rebound to Moran. Jumper in the corner is long. Rebound goes through the fingers of Indian Creek and out of bounds. Back to Roncalli, or stays with Roncalli, I should say, with 2:07 left. Down the baseline, Moran cut off to Kenzie Ross. Kenzie in the lane, lost the handle, bounces to Reesner, sets her feet, jumps it up, missed it on the front rim. Ross rebounds, blocked on the way up, rebounded by Hahn. Moran, now Clodfelter. Back out front, Hahn sets for three. That's short. And the rebound ricochets to the corner, and Reesner. Mary over to Moran. Now Clodfelter tries a three. That's off the front of the rim. Ross rebounds. She turns, puts it up short. Tapped at the rebound, and it's finally cleared out of there by Indian Creek. Here comes Pruitt. Reesner steals it away. Mary to the bucket. Stripped on the way up. Lost it off her foot, out of bounds. Back to Indian Creek with 1:25 to go. (67-34). Operating out front is Pruitt. Down the lane, the runner is up and off, and rebounded by Moran. Now each team just trying to get out of here and wrap this one up. Hahn in the post, backing, turning, shooting, and missing. Tried to fight for her own rebound. There's a tie up on the floor. And the arrow favors Roncalli with 54 1/10 left. Reesner, baseline right. Gets it back from Clodfelter. Mary's bounce pass is deflected and stolen. Here comes Indian Creek the other way. Laid up and in by Simon. 67-36. Final 30 seconds from the woodshed. Hahn in the post. She's doubled. Tied up on the way up. It goes back to Indian Creek. (67-36), 30 seconds left.
Good win all around from Roncalli tonight. Great defensive pressure, and as a result, great results on offense.
Triggered by the defense. Inside 20 seconds to go. Three-pointer is heaved up the other way and hit. That's number 10, Emily Tudor. She has 4 points here in the quarter. 67-39, final 10 seconds. Roncalli is going to win its fourth game in a row. Clodfelter will look at the clock and hold it. In the corner to Hahn, and that'll do it. So Roncalli's Lady Rebels, 44-point first half, and they never look back. And in the process, post their fourth straight win and improved to 11-6 on the season with a 67-39 win over Indian Creek here at the Woodshed. Stay tuned. We'll step out, come right back, tell you all about it on the Steve's Flowers and Gifts postgame show after this on the Rebel Media Network.
McDonald's proudly introduces the new fresh beef quarter pounder burgers. Each one of our quarter pounder with cheese, double quarter pounder with cheese, and signature.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game. because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
What time do you have to be back to heaven?
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
It's 67-39, our final tonight. Let's take a look at how it unfolded. Roncalli never trailed. Our only tie was at 2-2. Roncalli led 21-9 after one. 44-14 at the half. It was a 23-5 second quarter advantage. Roncalli 23-2 to close the quarter, including the final 15. 17-8 was Roncalli's advantage in the third. The lead would crest out at 39, 61-22. That was the score at the end of the third quarter. Indian Creek scored the first 8 points of the fourth and outscored Roncalli in the final quarter 17-6, but it would not matter as Roncalli easily wins this ball game by 28, 67-39. Nick, it was all about the defense tonight that propelled Roncalli to that 44-point first half. Then they coasted from there.
Yeah, and Coach Bench has talked, especially recently in the year, how he's wanted to really apply more pressure on defense, and I think they did a really good job of that tonight, really being disruptive on both the front court and the back court for Indian Creek, and as a result, you saw a bunch of turnovers and a bunch of fast break points.
Well, Caitlin Snyder had 9 points to pace Indian Creek. Roncalli had 3 in double figures, led by Alana Vincent's 22. The fourth 20-point game of the season for Alana. We're going to take our first and only break here in the post-game show. When we come back, we'll talk to the head coach, Stan Benge, and wrap this one up. From the Woodshed, after this, on the Rebel Media Network.
Steve's Flowers and Gifts is your family.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports...
Rob Brown, Nick Michael back for the final time on the Steve's Flowers and Gifts post-game show. Lady Rebels victorious tonight by the score of 67-39. We're joined on the post-game show by the head coach of the Lady Rebels. Coach, that was a very impressive defensive performance by your team in that first half. 44 points. We talked at halftime. You had 5 20-point quarters through the first 16 games. You had 2 20-point quarters in the first half tonight, largely due to your defense.
Well, and that's why we're doing what we're doing, why we're pressing, because you score off your defense. You get it a more up-tempo game. And we're finally buying in. Man, it's taken a long time. So we just got to keep going. We got to get better against the better teams. So, but it's fun watching them getting the hang of it.
Well, you were able to get the pressure early, and the turnover count, we were talking at halftime, the turnover numbers against Franklin Central that you forced, or Franklin Central and Beech Grove's numbers were big, but a lot of those were unforced errors. Tonight, you created offense out of your defense.
Right, exactly. And it's going to keep getting better. We still got to read better, but when you steal the ball, they don't get shot. So that's part of it. So I was happy with them.
So when you play that press, I noticed tonight there was a lot of just man-on-man press. Are there going to be things down the road that you evolve from that, like different types of traps?
Well, without giving everything away, we match up in a man defense, and we bring different people to trap depending on who we play that night. And depending on how they want to break it. And so then we'll trap that way. And then we do half-court trap every once in a while if we don't score, so we can still keep the pressure on.
Coach, great job tonight. We'll let you get back to it. Attic's in here on Saturday, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
That's Lady Rebels head coach Stan Benz. We appreciate him taking a few moments for us here on the Steve's Flowers and Guest postgame show. We'll go ahead and stay here. Nick will run down tonight's final numbers in this 67-39 Roncalli win.
For your final numbers tonight, we'll start with Roncalli. Alana Vincent had 22 points, going 3 of 3 from the foul line. Amanda Prather had 2 points. Sophie Carr had 2 points. Abby Carr, her sister, had 2 points. Ellie Hammerschmidt had 4 points. Maddie Bischoff had 17 points, going 5 of 5 from the foul line. Anna Bauer had 11 points, going 3 of 6 from the foul line. Maggie Schoening had 2 points. Natalie Hahn had 2 points. And Mary Riesner closed out scoring with 3 points for Roncalli. For the Indian Creek Lady Braves, Snyder had 9 points, 1 of 5 from the foul line. Harris had 4 points, a perfect 4-4 from the foul line. Berkman had 8 points. Tudor had 4 points. 2 of those were from the foul line. She was 2 of 2. Maddox had 6 points. Grider had 2 points. Simon had 2 points, going 0 of 1 from the foul line. And Emily Tudor had 4 points, going 1 of 2 from the foul line.
Well, we take a look now at the updated records. Indian Creek falls to 11-7, 4-5 on the road. They'll next be in action on Monday night when they host Heron at home. Meanwhile, Roncalli wins its 4th straight, longest winning streak since November. Roncalli improves to 11-6, 4-2 here at the Woodshed. They'll be back at it on Saturday night here against Crispus Attucks. That game will not be broadcast. Our next Lady Rebels broadcast will be their following game, which will be next Wednesday night when they take on Bishop Chatard here at home. But, Nick, it's been a solid last 3 games defensively for the Lady Rebels, holding 3 straight opponents. Make that I think it's more than 3 straight, 4 straight opponents now under 40 points.
Yeah, and the old cliche is offense wins games and defense wins championships. And clearly Coach Bench has gotten his team to buy into defense first, because we've seen that Roncalli can score on the offensive end. They do have a lot of scores, but when they play the defensive pressure right, when they can force their opponents into bad mistakes, then they can get nice looks, and you've seen what it's done the last few games.
Well, our last piece of business is to hand out our player of the game, brought to us by Ortho Indy, and I'm not sure you can single out just one player tonight. You know, Alana Vincent had 22, but I think we might need to give it to the defensive effort tonight as the
defensive
Ortho
effort.
Indy star of the game. So let's do that. The Roncalli defense is the star of the game tonight, and that's, as is the case every night, brought to us by our good friends at Ortho Indy South.
At Ortho Indy South, their mission is to provide the highest quality, comprehensive bone, joint, spine, and muscle care to patients throughout the Midwest, the United States, and around the world. From diagnosis through recovery, their team is ready to get you back in action. Choose Ortho Indy South to be your official orthopedic provider.
Well, that'll about do it here from the Woodshed. Roncalli's Lady Rebels victorious tonight over Indian Creek, 67-39. Tonight's ball game has been a production of the Rebel Media Network. The executive producer is Gary Armbruster. Our technical director is Darla Coop. Our booth announcer is Rachel Brown. For Nick's Who's Michael, I'm Rob Brown. Again, our final tonight from the Woodshed. Roncalli's Lady Rebels are victorious by the score of 67-39. Till we talk to you next time, on behalf of our entire Rebel Media Network crew, it's been Rob Brown saying so long, everybody.